Well, we're in downtown San Jose. San Jose is the capital of Silicon Valley. About half of tech's workforce lives right here in our city. We're an incredibly diverse city. We're about 40% foreign born. We have welcomed people from all over the world and have actually done a better job of creating economic opportunity and upward mobility than any other city in America, according to Harvard economist Raj Chetty. We've seen more mobility from the bottom quintile to the top because we're such a welcoming city. We're an incredibly innovative city, more patents per capita than any other city in the country. This is the heart of Silicon Valley. If they help us on the path to being the first big city to be carbon neutral by 2030, we will expedite the permissions and help those projects come to fruition. That's really what we're here to talk about today. We're seeing the fruit of that innovative policy approach. We're seeing the first proposal coming from two really incredible private sector partners, Westbank and PG&E, coming together and saying, we have an idea for an innovative project that doesn't conform with your zoning and what you thought should go there, but may actually be better for your city in the long run. I'm really excited about what they've proposed. I think San Jose can be a leader. Historically, our private sector has led the innovation economy. We have an opportunity to do the same with the built environment by pairing housing with data centers and other uses, decarbonizing the grid, creating district energy systems where buildings are sharing heat and cooling, and get to that carbon neutral future in a way that doesn't sacrifice economic opportunity. We will be working with partners like PG&E to create a city that actually enables everything people need: mobility solutions, housing, a vibrant economy that can make things. San Jose is a city that still builds things. We have a lot of manufacturing jobs here. We want to electrify everything and ensure that those electrons are produced cleanly. This particular project is a really creative way to do that because you have a lot of demand for data centers. We know that computing power is at the center of the AI revolution, and in order to enable that economic growth without sacrificing our climate goals, we need to be smarter, we need to be more innovative. This project allows us to use those electrons twice. We can power the data center and then take the excess heat and through a district energy system heat the nearby homes and office buildings, which is a really creative approach to enabling economic growth while also achieving ambitious climate goals. Well, we brought forward this innovative project pathway program to enable creativity. We know that the future will not look like the past. Our cities have to evolve, particularly our downtowns. We want them to be dense, mixed use, transit oriented, vibrant places where people can work and live and engage in arts and culture and have a great quality of life. In order to get there, we need to enable investors and builders to come forward with new ideas, with projects that mix different uses. It could be housing with retail, with prototyping, with arts and culture. In this case, with data centers, we're actually bringing computing power into the city, which people historically would have thought was not a compatible use, that data centers should really be out on the fringe of the city or out in some rural area. We're saying actually there's an opportunity here to harness the investment and the energy, quite literally, of demand for data centers to achieve another critical goal we have, which is being carbon neutral by 2030. I think that combination is incredibly innovative and powerful. Well, coming out of the pandemic, I think it's increasingly clear that people want to live in vibrant, mixed-use, social environments. Our downtown rebound has been incredibly strong, but it's not being driven as much by the office worker as residents of our city who are rediscovering downtown. They're coming out nights and weekends. In fact, foot traffic in downtown is up nearly 120% from 2019, just before the pandemic, driven almost entirely by evenings and weekends. It's social life, it's live music, restaurants, shows, arts and culture, conferences, those kinds of things that bring people together face to face to build community. Part part of what we've done is lay the policy groundwork for investment in the things we need: housing, jobs, the infrastructure for the innovation economy. So we've said to the market, tell us what your best ideas are. Don't let zoning be a barrier. Don't let our long permitting processes scare you. We just launched an innovative project pathway program that says to the private sector, to the market, bring us your best ideas. We want to stop scaring people away with what can be overly onerous regulations and land use policies in California. We want to say, pitch us on your best ideas, and we'll figure out how to streamline it and leverage the tools at our disposal at City Hall. So this project is now coming forward for entitlement. We hope to set them up to pull building permits next year and get going on these projects. And my hope is that a few years from now, we're looking at projects that are providing cutting edge computing power to drive the innovation economy, alongside 4,000 new homes for workers in that knowledge economy living right here. Well, I think downtown's a great place to embrace change. When people move into a downtown or invest in a downtown, they expect it to be vibrant, mixed use, and ever-changing. It's part of the appeal. So downtown's the perfect place to pilot this sort of district energy system and a creative mixed-use development like the one that West Bank and PG&E are proposing here. I guess I'd also say that historically, we've pitted economic growth and opportunity against environmental growth. Either our economic growth has come at the expense of the environment, or our environmental protections have held back growth and opportunity. This project says that we can have both if we are innovative. That's what Silicon Valley is all about. As the capital of Silicon Valley, San Jose is no stranger to innovation. We want to enable folks to bring forward solutions that achieve many things at once: more economic vitality, achieving our climate goals, and providing much needed housing. This project checks all of those boxes, which makes it incredibly exciting. Our goal, in an effort to be good stewards of our environment, to have clean air and mitigate the impacts of climate change, we want to decarbonize our economy. We know that that starts with the built environment, with the buildings we live in, with our mobility options, how we get around. In order to get to a carbon neutral economy, we're going to have to innovate. We're going to have to electrify everything and make sure that that electricity is produced cleanly. Well, I think you'll see many more people. Bank of Italy will be lit up because people will be getting home from work and turning on their lights, turning on their TVs, whatever else they're doing, making dinner for their families. You'll see more residents, more families living downtown. You'll see more jobs here. You will see that startups continue to choose to locate in places like downtown San Jose because they are proximate to the computing power and the R&D centers that are needed to help them get their goods and services to market. The economy is shifting to data being the most important source of value. And so being here, having computing power located in the heart of Silicon Valley with low latency is going to be really important to maintain our competitive edge, and will enable us to continue to attract the next generation of startup entrepreneurs. But I think in 2031, you'll see a fully electric economy. You'll see people living downtown, working downtown. You'll see autonomous electric vehicles throughout the roadways, and we'll live in a future that's cleaner, that's safer, that's more economically vibrant, and I hope more affordable, because we will have made it easier to build housing in places like downtown San Jose. As a state, we have two great challenges ahead of us. We have an affordability crisis due to a lack of housing. We have a climate crisis that demands that we decarbonize our economy. What I love about this project is that it allows us to tackle both at the same time without sacrificing either. We can build thousands of new homes and grow our population, grow our economy, while decarbonizing and without damaging the environment. It's really an opportunity to be more innovative and not have to make those tough trade-offs we've had to make historically.